Hey there, Leo. Welcome to your reading for the week of June 13th. We are just going to jump right in here and see what is going on for you at this time, Leo, and that will be that. You have this groundhog spirit. A lot of people have had, like, something about, death and rebirth or, a change, basically. So I feel for a lot of you that there could be a change. The groundhog totem animal, meaning kind of represents going through like death and rebirth or going through a transformation. And I do feel, a lot of people are kind of doing that at this time. So let's see what we get for you. You have two aces, insane. Again, no joke, Leo, it's crazy that like multiple signs this week have had two aces, and I've been saying, I've never had a time where so many different people, so many signs have had multiple aces in a reading. So we're in a time of great new beginnings, I would say. But you start here with the here and now card. I do feel it's like super important that we are present at this time. I really feel we have to kind of like live for the now, so to speak, because, there's just like, it's like the future is very unpredictable, right? And we have, Uranus and Taurus. I feel like with everything going on this year with the astrology, it's like the future is very unpredictable, just in general. And it's like, people always say, well, isn't tarot supposed to predict the future? No, is what I would say to that question. Number one, tarot is very loose guidance at best, as I always say. It should be the cherry on top of your life. I think we should take it as very loose guidance, right? And it can't control your life. So, to me, it just picks up on the energies. But I do feel like the best thing we can do right now is to be present. You have the Hermit, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Nine of Cups. So I do feel there's like a lot of wish fulfillment coming in for you. This is a really good reading. It's like you go Nine of Cups, Ace of Wands, Two of Wands, and this diagonal is very positive. And you have that Harp card, which says great happiness on it. So I do feel there's like a lot of happiness coming in for you, probably because you're accomplishing goals and you're receiving opportunity. Really, I feel that's what's making you most happy at this time. Nobody has had a message like that this week, so your reading is very different. I see these aces. It's funny because, again, almost everyone has had the Ace of Wands, which is crazy, but you have the Ace of Wands and Ace of Pentacles. I'm seeing the aces very differently in your reading. It's like I'm almost seeing them as like a bunch of stuff that you're getting, and maybe these are like opportunities you've been waiting for, a bunch of goals that you're achieving. I'm getting like everything, and I feel that it's putting you in a good mood, Leo, with this Nine of Cups. You have the Queen of Pentacles, and you have the Hermit card here, so some of you, if you're looking for love, you definitely could be dealing with an earth sign if you're looking for love. If you're not looking for love, and even if you are, I do feel that you're kind of very focused on your resources. As I've said to other people as well, to me, it's very obvious, like in times like this, when we have like inflation and gas prices, all this other stuff, it's like, of course, people are, very focused on their resources. But as I always say, it's like one of the things that, I think I love the most about Abraham Hicks. I'm a big Abraham fan, and whether you believe in it or not, doesn't matter. I think one of the things that really is like a wake-up call for me that Abraham teaches is that big problems attract big solutions. And I really feel that really what I would say is most of these solutions are going to come from us. They're not going to come from like the government or anything like that. That's number one. So if you have any good ideas, I would be putting those ideas out there. But number two, it's like I feel like we're about to see some big solutions. You have the Hermit, which is like share with the class. You get this card every single reading I do for you. I'm pretty sure it's you that always gets the Hermit. Correct me if I'm wrong. And I'm always getting the word teacher on this card. Literally for like the past 2 years at least, I've been getting like the word teacher or teaching. I'm not saying you're going to become a teacher. I'm just saying you have something to share. He has this star in his lantern right here, and I just can't get over the fact, Leo, that you have something to share. I feel like you have multiple things, many things to put out into the world. It could be your experience. It could be, it could be like something literally that you're teaching. Could be anything. And I think that people don't realize is like we don't have to teach by teaching. I think a better way to teach is to be an example. And I feel a lot of you are becoming just a living example for other people, and that's probably like one of the most spiritual things you can do right now. And I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of doing that. Next, you have this groundhog, and this card says time to let go. I don't really I don't really see you letting go of anything here. This is more talking about a rebirth, I feel. I don't really feel it's a rebirth. Again, in the Ted Andrews Animal Speaks book about the totem meanings of the groundhog, he talks about how it's like kind of groundhogs have multiple chambers to their burrows, and they go from like one to the other. And it's like going from one stage of life to the other. And that's what I feel for you. I feel like you're going from one stage to another, and I do feel like a major reinvention energy where you could be reinventing multiple things that are going on in your life. You're not the only sign that has had this. It's funny that you have the High Priestess here, Pisces, and I'm pretty sure it was Pisces that had something very similar. If you have Pisces in your chart, or if you're dealing with a Pisces, I would definitely watch that reading, but I'm just going to tell you what I told them, which is, it's almost like whatever you've been doing in your life up until this point has been your training ground. I'm pretty sure I said this to you. Like in your June reading maybe, or the last reading I did for you, whatever that was, the June bonus reading, maybe that's actually what it was. It's almost like what you've been doing has been like the place that you have been learning, So it's like if you want love, for example, maybe your past relationship, the last one, if you are looking for a new one, was kind of like what you learned from the most. Same thing with business. It's like if you have a business or if you had a business, it's like whatever it is or was is what you learned from the most. And again, I'm not saying you're leaving the business you have. I think you're just upgrading it if that's what you're doing. For some of you, same thing in work or in career. It's like whatever you've been doing has been like the place where you've learned the most, and now you're kind of moving to the next chamber in your burrow, just like the groundhog. You have the Chariot, the Ace of Wands, and the High Priestess. I definitely feel, again, I always say Leo to me is like the most underrated intuitive in the zodiac. So, I feel like you are very intuitive, and I feel like you need to trust your intuition. I also see this as more kind of like integration. It's like I feel like you've seen the light, I feel like you've seen the dark, and it's like you're bringing it together. This could be in love, this could be in business, could be whatever, but it's like you're becoming fully integrated. I always say that she is like a fully integrated being. She understands the light, the dark, and everything in between. She is very similar to the sorceress on the world card. The sorceress on the world card is fully integrated. She has been through the entire major arcana, and she understands every single energy that possibly exists. Very similar with the High Priestess. It's like, but maybe a little bit less, but who cares, right? I feel like you're combining all the energies in your life. It's like you're taking everything in. This is making you much more powerful. I like this. You have the Ace of Wands as well. I feel like you're feeling very passionate. You're ready for growth. Also, as I've said to everyone else, there's a castle that's crumbling right here. The Ace of Wands represents out with the old, in with the new. It's all about new beginnings and desire and a passionate new beginning with the Ace of Wands. So I feel like you're starting something new with the Ace of Wands, and again, I'm not saying you're completely leaving something. I always like to tell people, it's like, tarot doesn't say you have to like leave something. If you have something good in your life, it just says maybe you're upgrading it. That could be new. Maybe you're just gaining a new perspective and looking at things differently so you can bring it up to the next level. And that's what this is talking about right here, the Chariot. I feel like the Chariot is saying you're kind of like raising the vibration of something. So you're really taking something to the next level. I feel like you're very creative at this time and manifesting very quickly as well. Also, wouldn't surprise me if some of you are moving. I feel like I say that to you every single reading. And I don't know why it seems like such a surprise. Maybe some of you don't want to move, or maybe some of you are just like not really thinking that you are going to move. I don't know. Some of you, I just kind of get this feeling of like not wanting to, but kind of needing to, or, I think that's some of it for some of you. For others, I feel like you want to move, clearly, because you have the Chariot. And for more of you, I just feel like you see better opportunity, mostly because, again, you have the Two of Wands right here. That Two of Wands really tells me that you probably just have a better opportunity, and that's why you could be moving, basically. I mean, it's pretty simple. In this row here, you have the Harp. It says great happiness, and you have the Skull. It says hidden secrets can harm you. So I do feel like there's a lot of happiness. Everybody's had something pretty kind of like weird, like the Seven of Swords or something tricky. I would just be careful of secrets, secrety, tricky little people, anything like that. I would be careful of, because it seems, again, like I said, you're not the only sign this week that has had something about secrets coming out or something along those lines. So I feel like this can be avoided, by the way. It's not something to be afraid of, but I would just say, I would, keep it honest at this time. In this row, you have the Two of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Nine of Wands. Yeah, this is like you're trying again. I feel like this is part of that training that I was talking about, where it's like the last thing you did was the training ground. And sometimes I think when we get to that stage in life, like the groundhog in that burrow, in that chamber, maybe we feel like giving up because we're like, okay, it's like maybe the training ground was like our last shot. Maybe we say, you know what, I'm not going to do it again after this. But I feel like you're being given a new opportunity that's just hard to ignore. Ace of Pentacles. So I feel like it's almost something you can't say no to. That's really what's popping into my head. Two aces, Ace of Wands, Ace of Pentacles. Two aces to me is a definite yes to any question that I don't answer. The funny thing is that in your reading, intuitively, I feel like it's you having to say yes or something. I don't know, something like that is popping into my head with the two aces. And you have the Two of Wands. I really see this as you taking the lead. I also feel it's like part of the new beginning. Again, he's letting go of something behind him, and he's moving this way. He's moving towards the new one. This one stands on its own, so he's about to have a new beginning, and that's what this looks like to me here, Leo. But let's jump into this. Let's see what is going on for you here, Leo. With the Hermit, you have the Fool. Yeah, it's time to take a leap of faith. Again, if you're sharing anything, if you're hoping to share something, I feel it's a great time to share information with people, put up a YouTube video, start a podcast. If you're doing any of those things, I love this. Again, I feel it's a good time to take a leap of faith and to be an example for other people as well, like I was saying with that Hermit energy. With the Queen of Pentacles, you have the Death card. I'm pretty sure almost every single person has had the Death card as well. Death card is a card of transformation and change. So you're going through, it's clearly a time of great change. Like I said at the beginning of the reading, everybody's had multiple aces, which is pretty crazy. And, I feel like we're just in this time of, big opportunities coming in. I would be looking for big opportunities. I would be looking for big solutions to any big problems that you're having, or maybe the world is having. Again, you could be the person, Hermit, Fool, you could be the person that inspires an entire world. I know it sounds crazy, but, people have done it in the past. You could be the person that inspires people to make a change. With the Nine of Cups, you have the Two of Pentacles. I feel like you're working hard. I don't know. I feel pretty good about this. Two of Pentacles to me can be juggling, multitasking, spinning plates. So I do feel like you're very busy, or you've been very busy, but at the same time, I don't know. I feel pretty good about it. I feel like you feel fine. So if you're working hard, make sure to balance it out. But for the most part, if you're working hard, I feel like you're enjoying it. It's not like difficult. With the Chariot, you have the Sun. Are you kidding? Definitely a victory coming in for you. The Sun is the best card in the deck. A lot of happiness coming in for you as well. So I love that. With the Ace of Wands, you have the Five of Pentacles. Get out of your head. Five of Pentacles says do not call attention to your weaknesses. So it's like if you feel like you're not qualified, if you don't feel like you're good enough or whatever, I would let those feelings go because you are good enough. You are capable. You are able to do the things that you want to do. So I would get moving here. With the High Priestess, you have the Hermit. Again, I feel like you need to share something. And again, the Hermit is like, you've experienced the good and the bad of something, right? The dark and the light, every single thing. So who better to share experiences than you, right? Because you've experienced everything. I feel like this is saying, I feel like that's why, the universe is asking you to kind of be a teacher. And again, that could be through being a living example, through showing people your example, through literally, teaching people, through speaking, or, whatever it is, doesn't matter how you're teaching, not literally teaching, could be, but doesn't matter. And I feel like this is saying it's like time for you to share these things in any way that you possibly can. With the Two of Wands, you have the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords, like lying, cheating, stealing. Again, like I said, almost every single person has had this card. So I would be careful of anything tricky, any tricky people, any of that stuff, especially with this energy here, because there could just be like tricky energy around you in general. Seven of Swords reminds you to have fun as well, and you do have the Two of Pentacles in this same diagonal. So he has polka dots on his cloak. Polka dots in the tarot represent like needing to have fun, needing to enjoy yourself, needing to do things that you want to do. So make sure, work hard, play hard, like I said. With the Ace of Pentacles, you have the King of Cups. I kind of feel like there could be a person that's coming in to assist you, especially in business. Like if you have a business or if you have a career, I feel there could be like a water sign person who is very beneficial to your success, or could be. Again, this could be like a business partner, could also be an offer, because obviously the Ace of Pentacles could be an opportunity that's coming in for you through a water sign person. I think it would be a great opportunity, whatever it is. For some of you, it might be something small. For others, it might be something big, like literally a job or maybe it's a person. I don't know. I get financial vibes here, if I'm being honest. Whatever it is, I don't know. I feel like it's good. I feel like it's financial, and I feel like it's a person. One thing I will say is that the King of Cups can represent the home. It can represent, it could represent homes. So for some of you, this could have to do with like the sale of a house. I am getting that, but I don't think that's true for all of you. For others, I definitely get like some sort of business, business vibe here. And it could be any gender, by the way. I don't attach gender to my cards. Here's the thing. I feel like it feels right. Trust your feelings, right? The King of Cups is all about your feelings and in a deep understanding as well. So I'd say if someone's coming to presenting an opportunity for business, I feel like if it feels right, go for it, number one. But number two, maybe you just need to, if you're kind of like not sure, I would get a deep understanding of whatever it is. But it doesn't really feel, it's not like, if it's a business opportunity, it doesn't have like that feeling to me like, oh, give me $1 million and I'm going to, triple it overnight. It's not like that type of business opportunity. I don't even think it's going to cost you anything maybe other than time, right? So it kind of feels like maybe someone, maybe you're kind of like collaborating with a person, like that type of opportunity. Does that make sense? That's more what I'm feeling. It's not, there's no like cost involved. Like I'm looking at it in my head and that's what I'm seeing. I don't know. I hope that makes sense. For others, could be love, by the way. And with the 9 of Wands, you have the 8 of Swords. Try again. Again, I feel like whatever you're doing, the last thing was preparation. The new thing is like the thing. That's what I'm getting, like I've explained this whole entire time. The 8 of Swords says set yourself free. 9 of Wands says put your boundaries, put your guard down and give it a shot. Really good reading. I like this a lot. I feel like there's some significant changes coming in for you. So thank you for being here, Leo. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.